Hey, what's up, YouTubers? It's me again, Brian, aka Gamer55551, and I am back with another video game review. And for today, we are going to be taking a look at, get this up there, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands for the PS4, also available on Xbox One and PC. When it comes to Ubisoft games, though, I'm very hesitant to pre-order or buy from them, or most likely I don't pre-order from them, mostly because it's not that Ubisoft makes bad games. Not all of their games are terrible, but after what happened in 2014 with their sort of middle finger attitude that they gave to consumers, such as, bragging about how 30 frames per second is more cinematic than 60 frames per second, considering this is an industry that has always pushed for 1080p 60 frames per second, lying to us about the visuals on Watch Dogs, saying that graphics aren't important, which is true, but you were selling the game on visuals alone, and that got people upset. Not to mention that game was overhyped, though. Their idiotic reason why they couldn't add a female character in like any of the Assassin's Creed game, which was a pretty pointless argument considering there are plenty of games that have added female characters without major issues. Assassin's Creed Unity, we all know the story about that one as well. So they've really sort of kind of hurt their reputation, and it's one of many reasons why I don't pre-order pre-order games from Ubisoft, though. Not that their games are bad, not that all of their games are bad, I just am not in a hurry to buy their games anyway. So I wasn't really in a rush to pick up Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon when it originally came out. I decided to wait a bit until before I buy it. And eventually I did wait a little bit and then recently picked it up, though. And I will say, to me, it's definitely one of Ubisoft's better games. Really it is. Even though I've been playing it on the single player side of it, though, it is actually an enjoyable game. It had its ups and downs, though, so excuse me. So why don't we get started with the pros and the cons. So we'll start with the pros. Let me get my notes out. Okay, there we go. We'll start first with the pro, though. I will admit, Ubisoft claimed that the world was vast and all, the state of Bolivia, though, and I will say they are true to their word. There's plenty of side quests to do in the game, so it is open, it is vast, though, so it definitely looks it definitely looks nice. I will admit, it is very fast, which brings me to my next one, which I explained earlier, is that there's plenty to do, ranging from, helping the rebels out in terms of tagging certain items to find, to completing the missions, in terms of basically there are two different endings. You could approach it by knocking down the cartel to the point to meet the big boss, or not. But there's going to be plenty of stuff to do in the game, from doing side quests to finding like items, from skill points to files to even new weapons that you can use. So overall, there's a lot you could do in the game. And last but not least, the gameplay. And I will say the gameplay mechanics are solid, though. The gunplay is nice, though, and even though I'm playing this on a single-player game, I did not have a huge amount of trouble with the AI partner. They were able to do their job. They weren't a hassle, and I do like the fact that you could use the droid, to tag enemies, and you could tell, and your AI partner will get in position to take them out. Although that's not the case on every situation, the majority of the time they were able to do that, though. But overall, I found playing it as a single-player game, even though technically the game is a multiplayer, even though you could play this as a multiplayer game, I found not having an issue with the single-player game, and it is quite fun. So overall, solid mechanics. It's pretty spot on, though. And if you want to check out some gameplay footage, I'll have a link in the description. You could check that out. Alright, so we're going to take a little bit of a break, and when we come back, we will get to the cons. So take a bit of a break, and we will be right back. Okay, and we are back with part 2 of our review of Tom Clancy's, forget that good in there, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands for the PS4. Again, also available on Xbox One and the PC. So now that I gave you the pros, why don't we start with the cons though? Alright, we'll start with the cons, and the first one, and this is sort of a con that's, excuse me, that's sort of been kind of like a normal thing what we've seen with a lot of Ubisoft open world games, and that is they're pretty much the same, and they also sort of follow the by the book approach, which in this case you find somebody and we go to a certain spot and you find something that unlocks other areas of the quests and other areas to unlock and do other side quests. Some of them can be like get a helicopter to a certain spot or a plane, which you'll be repeating to be doing that a lot in the game. So while there is plenty to do, and that is a good thing though, be aware that it's pretty much, you're going to be doing pretty much the same thing. So in other words, follows that Ubisoft, sameness that Ubisoft is known for their open world games though. One bright spot is at least you don't have to climb to a high spot like you did in the past Assassin's Creed game. So there is at least some comfort in that to a certain degree. The next one, of course, is the visuals. And I will say that this is sort of a hit and miss for Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, though. And that is that, on one hand, the game, I think, looks way better than what the Division is. The Division's visuals were just terrible. I mean, they were bad. I mean, they just looked bad. I will say Ghost Recon Wildlands looks way better than what the Division ever did. That said, if I were to compare it to, say, like Horizon Zero Dawn that was released on the PS4, or I think the game Nolan, I think it's NOIH though, I would have to say those games look better than Ghost Recon Wildlands does. So, better than the Division, but I will say as far as the PS4 games go, there are other PS4 games that I think look better than Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands though. And finally, last but certainly not least though, excuse me, and that is the planes and helicopters. As far as you are aware, in the game, you can operate many vehicles in the game, ranging from, planes, helicopters, boats, cars. The cars and the boats, I don't have an issue with. In my opinion, they control fine. The planes and helicopters, on the other hand, that's a completely different story, though. They are extremely painful. They're extremely difficult to control. It takes some getting used to. I have to say, between the two, the plane is the worst in terms of, especially when you're trying to make the turn or trying to land. Although in one mission, I did not land a plane properly. Yet the game said, "Yep, I completed the mission," so can't complain about that though. But still, the helicopter is probably a bit better than the plane. It's still a little bit difficult to control, but at least you have the ability to go at a slower pace or properly land that one rather than with the planes though. So in terms of vehicle wise, cars and boats control fine. Planes and helicopters are a pain in the butt to control. So overall, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands though, it's not going to win. To me, it's not the greatest game out there, okay? It is fun though, but it's not the greatest game in the world or anything like that. But that said, I have to say, as far as an Ubisoft game, it's one of the better games they put out though. Yes, I mean, visually it may not be the best looking game out there, but it certainly is better looking than the Division. Yes, there are plenty of things to do, but it still follows that tried and true book that Ubisoft is known for doing a lot of their open world games. But the gameplay is still fun. I mean, I still enjoyed it though. The gunplay is good. I have enjoyed playing the game as a single player game, and I will say this is certainly one of Ubisoft's better games that they have put out. And we'll see how they do this year. We'll see how well they do with a lot of the games especially with Assassin's Creed and all. But overall, Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Wildlands, to me, is one of Ubisoft's better games, and I think that's a good thing indeed. Okay, this concludes my review of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon's Wildlands for the PS4. And again, these are my opinions. But what are yours, though? Have you picked up the game yet? Have you enjoyed it? Have you not enjoyed it? Are you... excuse me. Are you playing this in multiplayer? Are you playing this in single player? Do you agree with my review? Do you disagree? Do you have a different take, though? As always, sound off in the comment section below. Let me know what you think. And I hope you hit that like button. And I hope you do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, feel free to share this video if you want to. And also, feel free to donate to my channel if you want to as well. You could do it through PayPal me, or you can do it through Patreon. I'll have a link in the description of this video, and you can check it out right there. And so, this concludes this video of my video game review of Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon's Wildlands for the PS4, and I will see you again next time when I do another video. Hopefully that will be soon. Until then, for Southern California, wish you all a good day. Bye!